Hi, my name is Frankie. Thank you for listening to my mom. I never listen.
All-star cast once again on Nothing But Net, and we're going to go out to Colorado, to the Pac-12, to one of the top point guards in that league and around the country, Jaylyn Sherrod. Jaylyn, thank you for being with us.
No problem.
Hey, listen, you're having a heck of a season. Tell me what's been the most fun part about being around this year and about J.R. Payne.
Um, I guess just a constant urge to be great every day. JR does a great job in just instilling in us, it's not about, looking at the end goal right now. It's just about being 1% better every day and just taking the day to day. So I would just say embracing the moment and really being where my feet are is what this season has really taught me and just taking in everything we're doing too. Of course, you want to win every game and you want to get to that end goal, but I think it's also important to be where your feet are and really just taking what you're doing night in and night out. And I think that's one thing that, yeah, like I said, this season has really taught me to do.
This time of year, end of February, this is the grind of the season, right? This is
Hmm.
coaches are tired, players are tired, officials
Hmm.
are tired, everybody's complaining. How do you keep your focus? Because you guys are having the best season that you've had in a long time.
I mean, it's just a part of it, but at the end of the day, it's also what we signed up for. And I think it's also just the understanding that you're in a position where, yeah, it is tiring, but it's also a blessing. And, a lot of people would, love to be in the positions that we're in. So I think keeping just full perspective of it could be different and we could not be in this situation right now. It's just kind of how I look at it and just keep perspective of like, it's more of an opportunity and a blessing more than it is a grind.
A lot of people think Deion Sanders, the football coach at Colorado, put Colorado back on the map. I think you could make a case for it yourself. Colorado women's basketball and your team this year and how you've been able to lead. What do you think are the most important parts about being a leader on this year's team?
Um, Truly just understanding my impact, understanding what I bring to the team and knowing that, you know, everybody leads in their own way and everybody has their own role. And I think just realizing the roles that my teammates play on this team and myself has kind of made it a collective thing, a group thing, uh, not just one person. Um, or in certain situations, one person might lead in a better way than another. So just kind of just accepting the role that I have on this team and everybody else and seeing how that when it all gels together, we're a pretty good ball club. So just playing my role really.
The guys have the NBA combine. They can dip their toe in and they can find out, what they need to work on, what's
Hmm.
next for them. We don't necessarily have that, but because of the COVID year, you were afforded an opportunity to make a choice. This
Hmm.
is a different time for athletes, right? Name, image, and likeness, the transfer portal, all the things, and the COVID year on top of it. Why'd you
Hmm.
want to come back?
Um, just really unfinished business, and I mean to be honest, coming back wasn't more of a question of like would I come to Colorado or not. It was just more of a family thing. Being from Alabama, my family doesn't get out here pretty often, and I mean, genuinely before the season, I didn't see playing pro as like the top priority on the list. Like it was just one of those things where I went to school, got my degrees, and I was out. And I was okay with that. And I mean, this year really, changed 360 for me. But um, so it was more so a question of if that was going to be my last year playing basketball at that high of a level, I wanted my family to be able to get to more games and stuff like that. So that really was the question in hand. But my family was very supportive and was just like, you know what, like Colorado's been good to you. It's been a great relationship, and so we'll just try to get to more games and just finish where your feet's been and finish what you started. And you always say you wanted to leave it better than how you found it, so just go out back out there and do that. And once I kind of talked to them about it, it was an easy decision. There was nowhere else I would had in mind of going. Genuinely, it was just a getting closer to Birmingham question more than anything.
So if basketball and playing at the highest level wasn't necessarily your top priority, making this decision, it sounds to me like your family had a great influence over you.
hmm
You're done playing. What do you want to do? And do I assume that it wants to be in the South?
um, I thought about coaching for a while, but I'm also right now I'm doing a internship at the Boulder Police Department right now. I've always had passion in criminal justice. And so I'm actually getting my second master's in criminal justice right now. So I think it's just more so something within law enforcement. I don't want to be a cop or anything like that, but something within law enforcement. Um, and I was just exploring other passions. I know, basketball doesn't last forever, so uh, just preparing myself to have the options when, I stop dribbling the ball. It's kind of where I'm at now.
Jaylyn, I read that recently your team is participating in Team Impact, and you've
hmm
got a young lady who's battling cancer, battling leukemia. Can you
hmm
tell me a little bit about what that's like going through that
hmm
experience as a team and how you've used that as motivation or inspiration for what you're trying to do next?
Yeah. I mean, it's big, just to be able to support and be, you know, a family to um the individuals who we're working with and supporting them in the best way possible that we can. And I think for the motivation and inspiration piece, I think that kind of just taps into what I was saying earlier about taking things and putting them into perspective. And if this little girl can come out with everything she's going through and come to our games and support and be our biggest fan, then I think we have the job to go out there and play, you know, at the highest level that we possibly can every night. Because, perspective wise, it could be a lot different for all of us. But the fact that, we're not in her situation and we are able to go out there and do what we signed up for, we should go out there and do it with an intensity and passion like no other. And I think just being able to support her, she really, in talking to my teammates, she inspires all of us on days where it feels like, you're tired and the grind is getting to you. Just inspires all of us to keep going and keep pushing and yeah, so she's really dope, and we're gonna have a signing day for her tomorrow. So or maybe today. Today's Wednesday. Yes, today. Yeah, we have a
That's
signing day for her
awesome.
tonight. So
Gonna sign to be a Buffalo. That's gotta be pretty special
yeah,
family. Um,
yeah.
when you first went to Colorado, there were some fans, but not
hmm
clearly what you're drawing now. What's that been like when you come out of the tunnel the last time and you see all those fans there cheering for you? What's it like to play in front of that group at home?
It's really fun. Especially for me, I play with so much energy and passion that it's just we feed off of each other, and they pay good money to come see us play, and the support is unwavering, and so um I think yeah, it's really fun and it's really electric and it gets us going and um if the elevation don't get you then the crowd is so just it really it also shows the hard work we've put in through the years and just the continuous growth that this program has been making year after year. So I think it's just really big to have the support we have and just really important for us to be thankful for it too. And I think we all are. So.
How about your relationship with Deion Sanders? I can't let you go without asking you about that. I mean, Deion has got to be around a little bit, watching the team play. His daughter
hmm
team.
hmm
What's he been like around your team?
He's really supportive. He's been to a handful of our games and um, I mean I think the crazy part for me was when he first got here just to see how he like walked around the athletic facilities, just like he wasn't Deion Sanders. Like, he sits down and eat lunch in the same cafeteria we do. Just like an everyday person. And I guess I didn't expect that with the magnitude of his name at first, but just to see how, he is who he is respectively and deservingly, but just to also see, he's just an everyday person too. I guess takes the intimidation factor a little bit off. But no, he's a great guy, and he really does pour into, Colorado and everything about Colorado, and just has really changed the dynamic of campus, really, the whole 360. So
I would say absolutely.
yeah.
One last thing for you. You got the LA swing coming up. So you got Juju Watkins on the calendar and UCLA. As a defender who relishes the opportunity to play with that passion and energy that you're talking about, how much are you looking forward to playing Southern Cal and going against what many believe is not just one of the top freshmen in the country, but one of the top players in the nation?
Um, I mean, it's always an opportunity, and you look at it as a challenge more than anything. Because I mean, playing against her the first time, she is everything that people say she is. And she is that just, dynamic as a guard. So, you're not gonna stop her from scoring. That's not the game plan really. It's just more about managing it and not letting her get comfortable and get to her spots. So I think, me and Kendall really look at this game as a challenge. UCLA as well, because I mean they're overall one of the more complete teams in the nation too. But just about looking at it as a challenge, executing the game plan and knowing, if we can, she's gonna score her points, but if we can keep her from efficiently scoring her points, then we did our job. So that's kind of how you look at it. You're not gonna stop a player like Juju and playing Caitlin Clark last year. Like, you're not gonna stop them from doing what they do. They're just good at what they do. It's just about making them as uncomfortable as possible in doing what they do. So yeah, I'm excited about it though. We need to get back in the win column, so I think we're all looking at these games as pretty big games for us.
They are big games. You've had a great season thus far. I know you're looking forward to March. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but I'm looking forward to the matchups this weekend, watching you play against the LA teams. And I'm grateful that you took the time to be with us. So thank you for being with us on Nothing But Net.
No problem. Appreciate the opportunity.